Welcome back to 10 Minute Takes. I'm Hannah Gallacher and I'm here today with Aimee Pearson, who is a theatres education coordinator. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Thank you. So thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having
on
us.
short notice. But I really wanted to demonstrate how the academy building has helped people deliver education in more of a dynamic way, and I think the work that you do here with Phil is a really good example of that, because you were one of our earliest kind of adopters of, oh, look at all the kit you've got, let's have a look. So can you tell me briefly maybe a little bit about your role and then what you do here at the academy?
Yeah, so my role with Phil is, well, we're both ODPs by background, and not many people know about that role. We work in operating theatres, and at the moment we are working as theatre education coordinators. We're trying to get the role a bit more well known within the trust and wider as well. And within our role we've been providing education to qualified theatre staff, healthcares in theatres, students as well. So we've been utilising the academy to use the immersive suite. We've used kind of really good up and coming technology to do like an immersive kind of theatre environment where we've recreated a theatre and used that to kind of provide education hands-on within that environment, so it will kind of mimic the pressure that we would have in the environment. And use lots of different technology to do that. So we go through kind of anaesthetics and scrub and then through into recovery. We've really utilised it as well for kind of all of our new starters in theatres and students coming into theatres as well. So a lot of the feedback has been that the students and new starters kind of didn't know what to expect, and then they did the course and they've used the equipment and things here, and they've found it really beneficial to kind of integrate them into the role.
So what would you have done if this didn't exist? How would that teaching be delivered?
Honestly, it wouldn't. We didn't have any kind of... Previously, years and years ago, we did have some kind of teaching. We had a member of staff who used to deliver some kind of theatre introduction course. And that was always done for new starters, but it was very kind of delivering the policies and the SOPs and things like that. So we wanted to build onto that because it was very useful to have, but make it a lot more interactive, engaging for the staff and the students, and make it something that they can really get involved in and learn from. So it just wouldn't be possible. That's really interesting. So what is the plan for going forward with that? Where are you going to take the magical theatre journey? There is lots of plans, sometimes too many. We've started delivering the theatre introduction course, which we're still working on developing and making better every day.
And who's that for?
So that is for the new starters and the students coming into theatres.
So that's like a speciality induction?
Yeah, and it covers kind of qualified staff, healthcares, TNAs, everybody that would be in the theatre environment can attend. And it's kind of trust specific as well, so we cover things that maybe are different from other trusts as well. So we are still constantly developing that for the future, and as things change we will implement different aspects into that as well.
Of course. So what kind of impact does that have on your workforce if you're able to deliver that education? I imagine there's got to be some impact of delivering a standardised package.
Yeah, I think previously some feedback that we've had is staff feel a bit out of their depth when they come into theatres, and it's very different from a ward environment. It's maybe very different from anywhere that they've ever been before. And our aim really is to allow them to integrate into the environment without feeling the pressure or without feeling that they're out of their depth and don't have an idea of the environment or what goes on. Yeah,
because I suppose that's a great point. There is not really anywhere like a theatre unless you're in a theatre.
Yes.
So the benefit of having that in a safe way for people to experience things like emergencies in a controlled environment must be really useful to teach people how to respond to that.
Exactly. And like you said, it is a safe space, so it gives staff the opportunity to ask questions and to really get a feel for the environment and get a feel for what to do in an emergency. And it is in those real situations, you don't always have the time to
You can't
learn.
stop and ask,
exactly,
can you? Well,
exactly.
You can, but you can't stop the whole scenario.
Yeah. So it does just give staff a chance to learn while they do things, and we appreciate people have different learning styles as well, and that has really benefited people in the sense that they can learn in a way that suits them using the facilities that we have here.
So we're really lucky here to have this purpose-built facility for this kind of education. What benefit has that had to the way that you teach things?
I think the real benefit is that we're able to combine the different types of learning. So previously our learning is very ad hoc. It's when we have time, and we kind of fit it in just here and there. It's very, so the benefit here is that we're able to kind of combine the theory with the practical, and utilise the classroom space, but also the immersive suite and the ward space, allowing us to kind of move from session to session, be fluid with our learning and go through a whole scenario. So we can take staff through a full patient scenario, beginning to end of their perioperative journey, incorporating lots of different types of education with different technology. So it's really useful.
Brilliant. Brilliant, thank you.
No problem.
I can't wait to see what you do next. So the last thing that I always ask is, what is the most useful thing that you have ever learned? And that could be personal, sort of career-wise, but...
I think for me it would be that you never know everything and you're always learning. So that's my biggest takeaway, is that no matter how much you think you know or how experienced you are, there is always lots more to learn.
Yeah, the more I learn, the more I know that I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having us.